Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Rent a Girlfriend podcast, season 2, episode 10. That's the one we're talking about today. And I'm always, as always, Freudian slip, joined by my co-hosts, Rising Sun Reviews and Ocean Man, aka Sea Tactics. Say hello, everybody.
Good morning.
Dealing with allergies a little bit still, so still a little stuffed up, but pretty good morning so far, minus the rent-a-girlfriend thing, but this should make it better.
I love that. Everybody was waiting to have this go live, but then the second I start, I have one concurrent viewer. Thank you, Satsuki, for sticking with me.
No, I think that's me because I have it up.
Oh, everybody's gone. Sheesh. Well,
Sasuke Pandas too.
I cry. That's right. I'm taking C's words. I cry.
I Cree 993.
Hello, Discrepant Storm. How are you doing, Ocean Man? Lead me to the land that you understand.
I'll try my best.
I feel like I should get that reference, but I don't.
It's a song by Ween.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the SpongeBob movie, the first one?
I don't think I have.
Well, it's only fantastic. But yeah, at the very, very end, when the credits start rolling, that song starts playing.
Good to know. I'll go watch that instead of doing the podcast then. Good night.
Yeah.
Good night.
Might as well end it early. We lost all our viewers. Jenny. Whatever, people. Anyway,
this was an episode.
Yeah, let's talk about this show. So when we last left off, I was about to call her Rina. Ruka. She made a kiss on over to Kazuya, and they certainly did go into great detail with that kiss, didn't they? This episode.
I literally, watching this at the very beginning, I was like, okay, I get it. This is actually getting to the point where it's kind of disgusting. It's not attractive. It's not hot. I don't know why you want to be like feeling those kinds of emotions, especially in a show like this, but in a show in general. So I was left just really just confused, and it lingered for way too long. And I guess it's because of the content of the episode didn't really have much to begin with anyways. So gotta do stuff, right?
Yeah, it does make me wonder, did Ruka break the law by doing that?
What?
Can we send her to prison? Is this what's gonna get her? Is this like catching Al Capone for not paying his taxes?
Are you saying that she went too far whenever she started making out with Kazuya?
I'm pretty sure like kissing someone without consent is illegal.
Yeah.
Good point. Throw her in prison. Rest of her life.
That is a very good point.
Yeah, I was going to look up laws to figure out what could it fall under, but then I slept in too much today.
That was pretty weird how long it lasted, and it was really awkward. It almost kind of felt like watching a hentai. Someone's alarm's going off.
Yeah, it really felt like they were trying to get the titillation factor of this thing up. Like they had
Your alarm's going
having
off.
that blushy face, like she went on a run and she's just like, but I didn't see her go on a run, so I'm just very confused by that. That in general is a really bad trope. I hate that trope. It doesn't make any sense to me. And especially didn't make sense in this episode at all. The whole kiss in general, in my opinion, really didn't make any sense. The motivation for it was to essentially just, oh yeah, we need like something.
They need drama because things are getting too dull.
That's literally what it felt like narratively, because even though Ruka said, I'm doing this because I don't want to lose you, that just made it really seem really contrived. like most of this episode was. This episode was insanely contrived. Like there
Oh
was
yeah, definitely.
nothing about this episode that had any artistic merit whatsoever. I think this was one of the more creatively bankrupt episodes, and that's saying something.
I feel like there were some parts that were interesting, but like the show felt like it was trying to like sabotage itself and its characters.
It's just it it is really impressive. Really, really impressive how they were able to do that and then still have the episode they had. I I give him that. I give him that.
Yeah, like the thing that frustrated me the most about this episode is Kazuya was about to tell his family that like he and Chizuru broke up, but then that was the moment that she got the call about her grandma. So like Kazuya was actually going to tell the truth,
Which, yeah,
but which I could like, okay, I respect he was being pushed too far. He's trying to make things right, but then they just happen to like sabotage what he was trying to do, trying to do a good thing.
and but they've done that before. Like they had that as a like plot point for at least one episode before, and the fact that I have to say at least one episode because I don't know if they've done it multiple is really bad. But they've done this before. This is like this was an entire episode before, and they basically retreaded it for just like a segment of the episode. And like by that point, I'm like, I've seen this. Like, I know how this goes. Someone's gonna interrupt, and lo and behold, phone rings when Kazuya is about to tell him, and turns out Chizu's grandmother rather, doesn't have long to live. God forbid.
Or it's like she went out, or she fell unconscious, but then when we went there, it looked like she was mostly fine.
Yeah, so that's the other thing. It's like you could take one look at her face and it looks like she's on her deathbed. I'm like, I'm exaggerating, but didn't look like that at all. It just looked like there is no stakes. There is no actual any sort of grounded take on anything. There's no consequences to anything.
It's like there's no progress being made with the story.
None. There is no
No.
agency whatsoever.
Yeah,
It's like
totally
looking at the whole-
crazy.
looking at the whole season, what progress has been made storytelling wise in these 10 episodes?
There was one episode in the entire series so far, and it was the first episode of the season.
Yeah, and there's been
That's
like
it.
small bits and pieces other than that, but like we've had 10 episodes where next to nothing has really happened.
Like it really feels like everyone is in a holding pattern
Right.
for no reason.
They just have a holding pattern so they can keep going with the like will they or won't they, whatever they're doing, without progress.
They gotta
There's
sell their
a-
merch. They gotta sell those Chizuru dolls.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. There are so many creative ways to do what they're trying to do. There's a mangaka. I don't remember his name, but he's the mangaka behind Suzuka, Fuka, and A Town Where You Live.
Okay.
He does basically the good version of Rent a Girlfriend, pretty much, which is like they go through like a character's entire life, and they show
Okay.
like all of their like it's usually a romance manga is what he does, like all their romantic partners, how they got to that point, like the troubles in their life and all this, and usually those are pretty long series he does. And they're pretty generic. They're pretty like so, but it's pretty impressive how he's able to do like 300 chapters on a character's entire life.
But it's
This
like
series,
he has the story to do that with, though. Like he has enough content there, and it sounds like he's
Yes.
actually going somewhere with the story.
and it's so easy to do. So easy. But I feel like this for him is probably even easier. So he didn't even want to put this much effort, that much effort, and I feel like the Fuka guy doesn't even put much effort into stuff sometimes. This guy takes the cake.
Speaking of
Terrible.
cake,
Terrible writer.
Speaking of cake, let's let's catch up on chat right here. Sasuke says, "Why was Ruka eating the gayest cake ever?" Yeah, at the very end, she was
Yeah.
just like,
Bride cake.
according to Sasuke, it's a gay cake. But
Yeah, it was like, I think it was like a rainbow cake. There's a place near me that has a cake like that, and even the wait staff doesn't like it. So
but it just seems crazy because Ruka is just such a weird character. Like, doesn't even care about stuff that happens. She's like, I'll let it slide just because Chizuru's going through some emotions right now. But we can totally kiss whenever you want now. So,
yeah, I don't think he cares
yeah.
about that.
Ruka is so bad. It's one of the worst characters to ever be conceived.
Yeah, I was just hoping Sumi would somehow come in and save the day. I'm sad that
Sumi-
didn't happen.
So that'll be next
Literally.
episode.
Yes, but that's like a different plot line, so it doesn't count.
But it's gonna be bad. Sumi's gonna be like celebrating Kazuya's birthday somehow. I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen. She's gonna.
Did she even know when his birthday is?
I think she asked the last episode that they were together.
Oh, yeah, because I guess they were going out to get a present for Chizuru's birthday.
Right,
And then she might have asked him then.
right. She asked very nervously, "When's your birthday?" And then he's like, "Oh, it's this day." And now she's gonna. You know, it's gonna be stupidness, of course. Boy,
I'm shaking my head right now. Can't see it, but I'm shaking it.
hello
Shaking my
Joey.
head.
How you doing, Joey? Sasuke, rent-a-girlfriend grandmas are just there to run interference in any progress that happens and to keep nonsensical relationships going because they have to. It is really dumb. I'm happy to say Mommy did not ruin this episode. You're right. She was not in this episode one bit. But I'm sure that's going to happen towards the end where she's going to be like, Kazuya, I'm totally not into you and I'm totally not following you, but I totally am ruining your life. Weirdo.
The series is creatively bankrupt.
It really is, but I mean, according to some inside sources, there's going to be a future girl to come to the series.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that and don't care.
That's even weirder to think. It's like, how many more people can we add to this show?
At this point, I'd ask what the point is of more, but I also would argue what's the point of anything. So yeah,
That's pretty dark right there. What's the point of anything, man?
this show turns me into a nihilist.
I guess I can understand that. I
The show
mean,
makes me hate Twitch.
this
Yeah, this show makes me question the meaning of life, friendships, romance. Like, what does it matter? It just goes into circles, and then you die, or the show ends. Hopefully, the latter.
yeah, pretty much this episode, it just took. I mean, you guys already talked about it because I was having wonderful difficulties. But basically, it went from Kazuya about to like man up and say and do the right thing, but then all of a sudden, oh, your grandma Chizuru is dying and sick. And this man is also tone deaf when it comes to certain things. I'm gonna tell your grandma that we're actually not together as she's laying on her deathbed. I don't think that's what she needs to hear. Yeah, I understand he's doing the right thing, but
Well, yeah, that was like in the hospital when Cheezer was saying not to do it. But the thing that really annoyed me is like when he was at his grandma's house about to say that, and then it like ruined it because of plot contrivances.
exactly. It just, ugh. But now this makes it to where Kazuya is gonna get mixed signals and be like, does she actually like me? Is that what she wants us to keep going out? It's like, no, you idiot. It's because she doesn't want her grandma's last thoughts of her to be of a lie. That's exactly
Yeah,
what
like
it is.
Chizuru had a good point there, but it also makes their relationship more complicated.
Yeah. I guess just wait till after she croaks, and then after that you could be like, yeah, I know she just died and everything, but also grandma, yeah, we're not together. We've never been together, so yeah. Here's your ring back.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the ring. Yeah, that was dumb.
Who gives a ring to somebody as a, hey, can you guys just get married? Time out.
Here's grandma.
The grandma, I mean, I understand she likes her because she's pretty. Because let's face it, she doesn't like her for her personality. She just likes her because she's pretty. But it's like, come on, just, I don't know.
The
Dumb.
show is made for people who have no backbones.
It really is. It's made for the people that are afraid to say, you know what? I think that's a little too much sauce. You could stop pouring. Then the other person just keeps pouring until they're swimming and drowning in gravy.
It's like,
Ooh,
yeah,
tasty.
it's like, and then finally when they say something, it's like, oh, why'd you say something earlier? It's people like Sumi. That's literally made for people who are like Sumi. Holy shit, that's a revelation.
Exactly, that's why Sumi's the best.
Hello, Mutant GP. And yeah, Satsuki, you're absolutely right. Even after the grandmas are dead, they will keep up the ruse for some random characters like their aunts or Nif.
Alright, so what they need to do is they need to move to South Africa, and then they can break up because no one will know who they are.
Okay. or yeah, just fly over to America, and then Sasuke will see them both and be like, "Where's mommy?"
No, they tell everyone they're going to America. Mommy flies to pursue them, and then Mommy runs into Satsuki,
Ooh.
and then Mommy and Satsuki fall in love and live happily ever after.
Now that is a plot twist. I bet Sasuke would love that ending. He'd be like, "Well, I guess I'm your guy, mommy." And then mommy's like, "But I gotta talk about Kazuya." And he's like, No. We're not talking about him here. We're talking about you and me. They keep up appearances for South African animals. Kazuya, look at that lion over there. I don't know. We should pretend to be together because that lion looks like he's about to pounce.
Yeah, or because they're being chased by lions, they need to stay together to protect each other, and then they actually fall in love for real, or at least Chizuru does, but Kazuya's not sure if it's real or not, and then they're wondering why they moved to South Africa in the first place.
The grandmas will return as ghosts, and they'll have to keep the relationship going so they don't haunt them. It's funny, and it sounds ridiculous hearing it from the chat, but it's like that. I could believe that would happen because that's how bad the show is written. That it makes it believable with the ridiculous commentary.
Exactly, like, my ideas are not more ridiculous than the show itself.
Show sucks.
Yeah.
At least my ideas are fun.
Yeah, at least the ideas are fun. But yeah, this show is terrible. I've seen some love shows and some harem shows in my day, but I feel like this one's probably one of the worst that has garnered so much attention as far as like popularity, which is it's almost like how. The only other one I could think of that would be similar was like Nezukoi. But even then, that plot was kind of okay, but Nezukoi was awful too. But it was like so popular for some reason.
Yeah, because I feel like there are probably worse shows out there, but those just like fly under the radar and no one talks about them.
Mm-hmm. Well, how's everybody's sanity level when it comes to this show so far? We're on episode 10. I think we got 2 episodes left.
Cannot wait for it to end.
Is it 2
I
episodes?
swear to God, if there's a season 3.
Oh, I'm sure there will be.
Let me see. Yeah, it is 2 more episodes. So we got 2 more after this. We got the Sumi episode next week, and then I'm assuming the last episode's gonna be mommy doing the big old like try to try to ruin Kazuya's life for some reason, and then Chizuru's gonna come in at the last second and be like, I love him, and it's gonna be stupid. And she's only gonna be saying it just to keep up appearances or something.
I think this season rather, is worse than season 1.
I mean, that's pretty much a stretch. I mean, season 1 was pretty bad.
Season 1 had no good episodes. Season 2 had 1 good episode. But one could argue every episode after episode 1 of this season just does the same thing season 1 does, but even worse. I hate the show.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
So you know what I just discovered about the show?
Other than it's bad?
No, that more people are watching it than Lycoris Recoil. I feel like that will make people sad.
That does make me sad, especially because Lycoris Recoil is a much better show.
Well, I mean, how much users do Twitch have?
Probably
How many
millions.
Hot tub streams? There's your answer. However many that watch the hot tub streams.
Final.
That's people watching the show.
Let's see. Final. I'm gonna read the chat. Do like a final sweep. Let's see. The Savage original ending. Imagine writing Rent a Girlfriend fanfic. You would have actually tried to make it more ridiculous than the show itself. Yes, Decrepit Storm. Yes, I bought an engagement ring for my grandson's girlfriend because Bath and Body Works was closed. It makes sense if you're a potato. Rent a Girlfriend fanfic is automatically better than the show, 100. And then Mutant GP, season 1 was mid, but season 2 is trash. Yeah, I feel like this show is just overall garbage, and yeah, there might be a season 3, and I'd seriously be contemplating whether to talk about it or not.
I
No,
think
what
we
we
both
should
know the answer to that.
what we should do is we should do the podcast, but every episode we talk about a different show and ignore Rent a Girlfriend, even though that's the title of the podcast.
Oh my god, just totally just have people join. They're like, why aren't these guys talking about the glory that is Rent a Girlfriend?
Yeah, like we just pick like a random show we wanted to watch for a while, try out an episode or two, and talk about it, and then confuse the audience completely.
That'd be
That's how you
funny.
get views.
That would be really funny, actually. Well, any final thoughts on this absolutely fantastic episode?
Hate it.
Oh, there were pancakes at the end, so that made it slightly better than terrible.
Oh yeah, it was the gay pancakes. It made it better.
Oh, and when they were getting, when Kazuya was like going to hail a taxi, when they were leaving the hospital, I think it's the grandma made a comment, get a pumpkin carriage.
Oh
And
my
I feel
god.
like that was like a Cinderella reference. and
Yes.
could be seen as some foreshadowing, saying like it's fake, it's going to go away soon. If the show is better, I would give it credit for that.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be great. Oh, there is one last thing I do want to mention. And it's very little, and maybe people might have missed it at the beginning, but basically after Ruka and Kazuya do their makeout session for way too long, we hear the grandma going, I need to go to the bathroom. And then Chizuru's like, oh, Kazuya's in the bathroom. Oh, okay, I'll hold it. So then when they finally came out, Chizuru said, hey, didn't you have to use the bathroom? And the grandma was like, oh, I don't have to use it anymore. So that implies that the grandma just pissed herself.
Yeah, I did not need to think about that.
The grandma pissed herself and didn't even Use the bathroom. She wears Depends, people.
This show is for people who watch Alinity.
I
Don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either. And I guess we won't get it. Oh, okay. But I just thought that was just so funny because first of all they were drinking. If anybody's drank, they know how it is. You go to the bathroom a lot. So she's drinking and she's going, yeah, I don't have to go to the bathroom anymore. Huh? She just done did pissed herself. I bet if you lifted her up, there would have been a puddle right underneath her.
No, so this gets into one of my theories about the anime and fiction in general, is that in the worlds that the stories take place in, characters never actually need to go to the bathroom unless it's plot relevant for them to do so. So the fact that she no longer needs to go to the bathroom just means that it's no longer plot relevant, so that takes away the need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I like my theory when it comes to just her just pissing herself.
Yeah, I'm trying to save it. I don't think it worked.
That's funny. Well, I guess that is all we got to talk about today. Next week, it'll probably be next Sunday because on Saturday, I'm going to a dodgeball tournament. I'm going to be competing in physical activity on Saturday, so expect it to be back next Sunday when we do this. It'll be
All right,
great.
so we should all show up and throw balls at EA.
Yes, come on over to Chandler, and it's the Make-A-Wish Foundation dodgeball tournament. Yeah, and throw balls at me. It's all for a good cause. See, are you still alive?
Sometimes.
And,
So I feel like he's just like pacing around his room in anger and pain and just like randomly screaming at his microphone.
yeah, I think he. Yeah, I don't think he's even in his chair at this point. He's
No,
just.
he's not.
He's probably got the.
Okay.
He's got the straitjacket wrapped around him, and he's just like shouting to the sky, just going, "Why?"
feel like 343 Industries is better than Rent a Girlfriend at this point.
Yeah, and they're not making a lot of good choices themselves. So go figure.
Right.
Both of you, Rising and Sea Tactics, got any future plans on your channels?
Survive.
I will post a video this week if I can actually get around to editing it.
Really? You're going to post a video?
Yes, I have it recorded. I just need to put pictures and do editing and cut out the parts where I go completely off topic and leave the parts where I only go slightly off topic.
Wow, this is going to be the first video that you've done. And when I say video, I mean video in a while, huh?
Yeah, this one made me want to do it, but yeah. I don't like editing, so that makes that part hard.
I hear you. All right, so C's going to be surviving. Rising's going to be making his comeback. So,
Sounds
What?
about right.
yeah, check out those channels. I have them in the. I have them linked in the description down below. But I guess we will see y'all next week, where we'll talk about episode 11, where it looks like it's going to be all about Sumi. So, it'll be dumb.
Yep, it will.
All right, everyone. Take care and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
So, it'll be dumb.
Yep, it will.
All right, everyone. Take care